In this video, we're going to talk about how to get started with JavaScript and how to include JavaScript in our HTML. So we've done some HTML programming, but we have not done any JavaScript programming yet. How do we get the JavaScript into our HTML? That's the question we're going to answer. So there is something called a script element. It's a tag, just like a body tag and an end body tag. We have a script tag. And the script tag, the script element, can have two attributes. We can specify a source, much like we specified a source when we load an image. And we can tell what the type is, what kind of document we're loading. So here's an example in the body. Notice they put an ellipsis here showing, oh, there's a bunch of code, bunch of code, bunch of code, and then this script. So we almost always put a link to scripts at the bottom, at the very last thing in our body. And the reason for that is that a web page loads from top to bottom. It goes through the code one line at a time. Sometimes a piece of JavaScript can be very large. So if you put it at the top of your page, while that's loading, your page will stop loading, and it makes your page appear sluggish or slow. But if you put it at the bottom, the very last thing that loads is your script. The page can load and render, and by the time the user gets done looking around the page to see the different things that are on the page and what they might want to do with it, then the script has been loading in the background while they can actually see it. So they're seeing the page while that script is loading in the background, because the script loads after the rest of the elements. So always put a link to your script at the end using a script tag. Specify the source. Notice there's no type here. Type is not required, but it's used sometimes. The other way to do it is in our body. We can actually put the script tag without specifying an external source. We have a script and an end script. And then we write our JavaScript right within the script on the web page. And for professional web programming, we don't usually do that. Usually we use external scripts. We might have one or two examples in this course like this one, but generally we're going to use external scripts. It's nice to separate your HTML from your CSS from your JavaScript. So we can have an external JavaScript file, or we can have an embedded JavaScript file that appears right in our page. There's another thing we can do, and there's something called a no-script element. So here's an example of an HTML page that has two no-script elements. Here's our body. We have our header section. We have our footer section. H1 says, welcome to my website. That's our top header for this page. And then we have this no-script element that contains an H2 inside of it. It says, to get the most from this website, please enable JavaScript in your browser. Everything between the no script will not display unless the user does not have the capability or has JavaScript turned off on their web browser. If they have JavaScript turned off, then this paragraph will be shown. And down here in the footer, we have the same thing. We have a script that looks like it's getting today's date and writing out today's date. But if they don't have JavaScript enabled, this tag won't work. So the no script tag will run instead, and it'll print, today is the first day of the rest of your life. Because we can't detect what day it is because JavaScript is disabled. So let's take a look. Here's the page for somebody who has JavaScript enabled. They'll see welcome to my website, and they'll see the footer that says today is Tuesday, May 18th, 2021. And this date was calculated using the JavaScript inside the script tag. If they have JavaScript turned off in their web browser, they see the H1 at the top, the welcome to my website, and then they see the second section that was in their first no script tag that says, to get the most from this website, please enable JavaScript. And then in the footer, because we couldn't calculate this, instead it gives them that message inside the NoScript tag. Today is the first day of the rest of your life. So how do you disable JavaScript in Chrome? I don't know too many people that do that anymore, but some people might do that. To do it though, you click the menu button in the upper right corner of the browser window. You go to your settings, scroll to privacy and security, expand the site settings, then scroll and expand the JavaScript item, and toggle the allowed switch to blocked. So instead of allowed, you're blocking JavaScript. And to enable it, you go back to the exact same space, same place, and toggle it again. All right, that's it for this video. In the next video, we are going to start looking at the JavaScript syntax.